In today's ETT Briefly, we're reissuing a memo which appeared in last week's bulletin around the issue of inclement weather supervision. Despite the long-standing collective agreement language governing supervision duties in LD.17.2 of the collective agreement, in some schools over the years, principals have asked teachers, particularly during the fall and winter months when there's more rain and snow, to supervise their students during indoor recesses. The net result of this has meant that in many situations, teachers actually supervise way beyond the 80 minutes, which is outlined as a maximum of supervision duties in LD 17.2 of the collective agreement. Principals will often use emergency weather situations as a pretext upon which to violate this collective agreement provision. ETT filed a grievance on behalf of a number of schools where this was a practice, and we successfully went to arbitration on this issue and reached minutes of settlement on a with prejudice basis with the Toronto District School Board. What does this mean? Well, it means that the board agrees with us that snow and rain in the fall and winter months are not an emergency, and that schools must at all times abide by the very clear and plain language in LD 17.2, which limits the number of assigned supervision duties in any week to 80 minutes. This means that every school needs to come up with an alternative Plan B supervision schedule that is not an addition to the existing supervision schedule, but offers up alternative supervision duties and locations in the event that indoor recess is called by the principal during rainy, snowy, and other inclement weather days. We are encouraging all staffing committees in every single TDSB elementary school to convene a meeting as soon as possible in order to discuss the implementation of an alternative Plan B inclement weather supervision duty schedules so that teachers are no longer asked to volunteer their time during recess to supervise students. This must be communicated on the supervision. These expectations must be communicated on the supervision schedule and must fall within the existing envelope of 80 minutes and cannot be an addition to regularly scheduled supervision duties. We're asking all stewards to convene a meeting as soon as possible, so please reach out to your school steward, please reach out to your principal. The attached minutes of settlement and memo should be shared with all members at your ETT worksite and may also be shared with your principal for the purposes of implementing this new inclement weather supervision schedule at your school. Again, as with all matters, your executive officer is available to provide you with support in having this conversation with your principal should that be necessary. Thanks for listening to today's ETT Briefly video message.